Here's what happened at the Czech Republic, round 6 of the FIM Women's Motocross World Championship. The first race was won by Maria Franca, followed by Steffi Laya, Livia Lancelot, Larissa Pampamo and Francesca Nacera. But moto number 2 saw a lightning start from Steffi Laya as she rounded out through turn 1. She was the early leader, but she was closely followed by Livia Lancelot, who took a big leap down the double. She'd never jumped it all through time training or practice or racing in the first moto, and she capitalised as Laya made a mistake at the bottom of the hill, and the French girl Livia Lancelot made a move and went on to take the win. Just behind her, a little bit further back though, was the battle between Chiara Fontanesi and Larissa Pampamo. This was the battle for 5th position, which eventually Chiara Fontanesi, number 8 on the Yamaha, eventually moved ahead, and she stayed there in 4th place. Lancelot though, in the final stage, was coming under pressure from Steffi Laya, but it was Lancelot who went on to take the win. MX2 race 1, Stephen Frossard got a great jump right from the outside, trying to go around everybody because of the muddy first corner. It looked like he made it work as well, but then he crashed going out of turn 2 and up the hill, and in the end it was the Red Bull KTMs of Marvin Muscan, Jeffrey Hurlings, Sean Simpson. They were all at the head of the field, and so too was this man, Ken Roxon, on the Tech Europe Suzuki. He stayed out of trouble and built up quite a comfortable lead to the tune of around 30 seconds or so. Marvin Muscan, though, he almost got caught up with Stephen Frossard and was demoted down to 8th position, eventually working his way past his teammate for 3rd, and had a bit of a battle going on with Sean Simpson for 2nd, which eventually the Frenchman won over. But it was too much for him to try and close down the gap on Ken Roxon, and it was Ken Roxon who would go on to win the race. Martin Macek, though, on the Casino Bonva TM, he had a great ride and scored points for 13th, but it was a win for Roxon. MX1, race 1, and again, riders tried to capitalise from the outside line. Kevin Strybos one of those, but it was Tony Cairoli who got a start from Tanel Leok on the LS Motors Honda, and it looked like one of the CAS Hondas, possibly Evgeny Bobryshev, who was in there. But as the race went on, Tanel Leok started to close down Tony Cairoli and then made this pass stick here as they rejoined the lap and found a way around Tony Cairoli, who also had to avoid a back marker there, but credit to Tanel Leok, he found a way past Cairoli, and it got close though in the final stages of the moto, but a couple of mistakes from Tony Cairoli handed the victory then to Tanel Leok. He went on to take his 2nd race win of the year. MX2 race 2, and another lightning start, this time from Marvin Muscan, centre of your screen. Ken Roxon didn't gate so well, but Charlier did. He was there in yellow on the Garibaldi Yamaha. He was alongside Gauthier Paulin, but coming down through the next left-hander, this big crash from Charlier threw him over the handlebars, and he was ran over there by Frossard. Jeffrey Hurlings also went down just before that, and he went out with either a dislocated wrist or a broken shoulder or something like that. So it was a DNF for Jeffrey Hurlings. The race went on though, and it was Marvin Muscan who was at the head of the field, and Ken Roxon, he had to fight his way through the pack, and eventually he caught our race leader. A little bit further back though, Frossard and Simpson were battling, and that was for 4th position. Roxon though did catch our leader Marvin Muscan and found a way past, but about a lap later the German on the Tech Europe Suzuki, he fell whilst leading and had to do it all again. Eventually though he ran out of time. It was a win for Muscan. MX1 race 2, the final race of the day, and once again it was Tony Cairoli who came out cleaner than everybody else. He grabbed that whole shot. He was closely followed by Evgeny Bobryshev and Tanel Leok, but Leok crashed and had to work his way back through the pack, leaving Tony Cairoli to go relatively unchallenged. The battle for 5th involved the CAS Honda number 8 of Gareth Swanepoel, Rue Gonsalves, Max Nagel, and also Steve Ramon for a time. Ken de Dijker's race came to an end when he was sitting there in 8th position. He got stuck in the mud and had to walk back to the pits dejectedly. Evgeny Bobryshev though was comfortable in 3rd until about 6 laps to go, but then he came under intense pressure from Ramon and Max Nagel and eventually lost out, finishing 7th by the time the checkered flag came out. So a disappointing way to finish the 2nd moto for the Russian, but no disappointment for this man here, Tony Cairoli. He went on to win the Grand Prix.